This is Billy D. Williams, and you're watching Pretty Brown and Nerdy.
Jasmine of Pretty Brown and Nerdy here, and I am with the legendary Billy D. Williams. Billy, it is so nice to have you here with us, and thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, and I also know that it was your birthday yesterday. Am I correct?
Yeah, I had my 81st birthday.
So did you do anything special, like have a dinner or anything?
Well, what's been happening with my life for the past three and a half weeks, I guess now, is that I have a nutritionist, and I've been hitting the gym like about 2-3 times a week, religiously. So I'm trying to get my weight down to a place that I haven't been in quite some time. I've been at like around 215, but now I want to get down to like 190.
I'm right there with you on the fitness. Been doing it consistently.
It's great to get, because I can't eat salt now, and I can't eat a lot of sugar. Mm-hmm. I don't want to give up my vodka. But I have to cut back on that. But I can drink vodka. I can't drink anything else. I'm allowed to drink vodka.
So in the 70s, there were very few black actors in sci-fi films in particular. How did it feel being in Star Wars? Did you realize how much of an impact that you were making at the time and how, legendary it would be?
Well, you never really know. I think when you're an actor, you're just happy you're going to work. And not only are you going to work, but if you're always looking forward to working with the best situation you can find, and I was lucky, especially in those years. Back then, you had all of these new filmmakers that were coming along, and they sort of changed cinema, like Spielberg and George Lucas and Coppola and all those guys, and even Spike Lee. All these new people were coming along. So the opportunity to work with new people with new ideas is always something I look forward to.
You've done a lot of voiceover work, be it the Star Wars animated shows, the video games, the Lego movie recently. How does voice acting differ from acting on camera? Are there some different techniques that you apply?
Oh, I don't know. I just have fun. That's basically it.
That's the most important part, right?
Yeah. And it's just playing around with ideas, it's just playing around with the idea of doing it. Mm-hmm. And then sort of, depending on what it is that you're doing, introducing something that might be a little bit different than somebody else's idea.
Has the way you've portrayed the character of Lando Calrissian over time, has it changed? Have you added any new touches to the character?
Well, I'm not doing it anymore, so. But I think I created a fantastic character. It's an iconic character. It turned out to be much more than I think was intended because of the direction I took it.
So I saw you had done some voiceover work. So did you not do the voiceover work for him for Star Wars Rebels, or?
Well, everybody likes my voice. I don't know why, but anyway, nobody can think of it. Well, that voice is Lando's voice. Mm-hmm. So whenever they decide to do something like Rebels or some animation, they always look for me to do the voice. Like even with Cult 45 and all those things, or even Lady Sings the Blues. It's always people. Listen, when people start quoting lines that you've done on screen or in whatever it is you're doing, that means that you've created something interesting.
Well, they don't call you Smooth for nothing, though, right?
Hey. No, I don't know. I don't think about those things.
So I see you're traveling to conventions and at your distinguished age, and you have a lot of youthful energy. What's it like to still do these events like Dallas Fan Expo? Are you a nerd yourself? Do you have any nerdy things that you're interested in?
Well, I'm a big fan of nerds. I always enjoy people who are smart. My life has always been a kind of a nerdy life, I suppose. in a sense. You know, my life has always revolved around the arts. My life is all about the world of art.
So you're definitely a Renaissance man, and between acting in theater, on camera, in movies, painting, things like that, musicians, being a musician, what are you working on these days, if you don't mind answering?
Well, I'm not really a musician, but I did an album way back in 1961 called Let's Misbehave with Billy D. Williams. Because the song A Taste of Honey was, I don't know if you know that song, but it was original. I was the first to ever sing that song on the New York Broadway stage. It was written for me, actually. But you know, I played around with the whole idea of being a singing performer. You know, and sometimes I just fool around with it now a little bit. But my son is the one. He plays bass guitar. He's been doing that for a long time. But singing is something I've often thought about, like really getting back into, but I haven't really done it, and so I don't know what I'll do with it. It's very clear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay.
The Solo movie is coming out soon, in May to be exact, and I know that you spoke briefly about it on your panel as well in your Q&A, that you had spoken with Donald Glover in regards to the character of Lando, and you gave him the advice of just be smooth.
Don't be charming.
Oh, be charming, yes. And so did he contact you, or did they get you in touch with him to, study the character so he would know what he was getting into playing the role?
Well, I think he wanted to sort of commiserate. He wanted to find out which is probably a good, interesting way. I mean, he recognized the fact that what I created was iconic, and I think he just wanted to explore and see if he's going to play me as a younger person, he would have to obviously spend a little time with me, to grab some ideas. But he's a very nice young man. I really enjoyed talking to him, and very talented.
Well, thank you so much, Billy, for joining us today. Definitely, it was truly an honor to be able to interview you, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Fan Expo.
Well, thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking with you as well. Thank you.
Appreciate it.